Today we bring to you a new episode of the Spumoni Wars, starring Officer Detective Downs and his little helper, Detective Norman. Today is the case of the oopsies, Part 1.
It was a cool Tuesday, not too much going on. In fact, since the Great Spumoni Prohibition, not much has been happening in the daytime, and I'm not much of a night owl. My partner, Officer Norman, was with me, sitting in his little chair reading from his Highlights magazine. Say, Officer Norman, would you like to go on a little car ride?
Yay, car ride!
I knew that would cheer the little dyke up. He just lost his third wife through a bad case of Spumoni. The other detectives tried to claim a suicide through gunshot to the head, but I knew better. There have been multiple Spumoni-related deaths in the city lately. I doubt they're connected, though. This detective knows better.
Where are we going, Officer Downs?
We got a call from the captain a few hours ago that I forgot about till now. Looks like a lady of the night took a trip with the wrong type of perfect John and ended up in a dumpster in the park.
I love the park!
I know you do, little buddy. With Special Trainee Detective Norman and I arrived on the scene, I could already tell there was gonna be problems. The captain was wearing a face that would make you say, uh-oh.
Where the fuck have you been, Downs? I caused you to get over here 4 hours ago. We had to keep everyone standing around waiting for you.
Captain Bad Guy was a good man, though he had a problem with punctuality. Mine, to be exact. I've never been one to tell time. The sun comes up, I wake up. The sun goes down, okay, bye, I'm out. He'll get over it. He always does. Sorry, Captain. The 417 was jammed up. Accident. Can you believe that?
Yes, accidents happen all the time. Well, let me fill you in.
Yes.
The brawn's name was Scarlet Fever.
Scarlet Fever was a young piece of fresh meat turned to cold cuts a little too soon for this world. The boys have told me they seen her prowling around the streets late at night. Of course I wouldn't have. As I've already mentioned, I'm not much of a night owl. I've never been a late night guy. Never.
Looks like the bra's out here trying to find herself a paid date and ended up dumpster diving for one instead.
You got any leads on a suspect?
Nope. Zilch, zero, nada, nothing. Though we did find something on her slut suit.
Don't tell me. Spumoni.
And the biggest problem of all is that there's no security footage because this is 1932 and we don't have cameras installed around the city yet.
Yeah, too bad.
But we do have a witness. Miss Fusti over there is the one that called it in. Why don't you see what information you can extract from her? Officer Norman? Yes, Captain? You stay with me. I have a special project for you to work on. I love special projects.
Miss Fusti was a decent-looking blonde. Perky, shaky, maybe a little too much coffee or something. As I started walking towards her, I noticed she had quite the sugar rump on her, and I had a bit of a stink tooth myself. But around here, we don't eat where we shit. Good afternoon, Miss Fusti. I'm Officer Detective Downs. I'd like to ask you some questions if you wouldn't mind.
Please, call me Shirley, Mr. Downs.
That's Officer Detective Downs, Shirley. What exactly did you see here today?
Well, I was taking a nice morning jog for some nice exercise when I stumbled upon this dead body in this dumpster, here, in this park.
You say you were taking a morning walk and you found her. Well, according to your own watch, it's already 3 in the afternoon. Sounds like there's a bit of a time discrepancy there.
But I've been here with the police for the last 5 hours. They said they were waiting on someone to arrive to investigate.
The lady's done her homework. She knew I was running a little late, and let me know she knew. Either she's telling the truth, or she's really good at lying. She is, in fact, a woman after all. Well, what happened when you arrived at the crime scene?
I was running on the path when it came upon the dumpster. I looked at it and saw a pair of legs sticking out, and I thought to myself, that's weird. Why would there be legs coming out of a dumpster? That's when it hit me. Someone or somebody was in there. I opened the lid and saw the dead woman in there. Oh, the humanity. That's when I ran to the nearest payphone to make the call to the police. Luckily, I always carry a nickel on me for emergencies.
Boy, did she ramble on. Some women really know how to annoy you. Okay. Did you see anyone else nearby? Or maybe running away?
No, nobody else was around.
Hey, you were running. Maybe it was you.
I swear it wasn't me. I swear it.
Her worried eyes told me the whole story. It wasn't her. At least I don't think so. She doesn't look that strong. I don't think she could lift the body up and throw it into the garbage. Unless she was having a dumpster fight with a woman over something like Spumoni. I eyed her up and down, not to check her body out, but to check for visible bruising or possible Spumoni stains. All I saw was a vulnerable, troubled woman. No Spumoni, no blood, only sweat stains. I think I have everything I need from you for now. Here's my card. If you can remember more or you need a detective, go ahead and call me. My number's on the card. It's a business card.
I hope you find whatever monster did this. Thank you, Officer Detective Downs.
Please, call me Francis.
Okay, Frankie.
Francis. Okay, bye. Well, that was a waste of time. I figured it would be. As soon as I heard there was Spumoni involved, I knew there was gonna be bigger than two women fighting in a dumpster over an illegal substance. Spumoni on her skirt. Spumoni.
Downs, get over here! Did you get anything out of that broad?
Other than a waste of my time? Nope. But I keep thinking about the Spumoni. Ever since we made an illegal substance, it's been all over the place. Spumoni here, Spumoni there, Spumoni all over the place. I'd like to think there was some kind of connection, but I know it's just a coincidence. I know it.
Yes, I agree. Listen, I'm gonna need to send you to the local broadcasting station. While you were questioning that woman that will probably not be around much, I had Special Detective Trainee Officer Norman do some investigating. He found a strange roll of film on the inside of the dead horse jacket. Might be something, might be nothing. I just need you to take a Special Detective Trainee Officer Norman to play the film and take notes. Since you're the hero cop detective, you make sure to study that film as well as you can.
Sure, Captain. I head right over there. How long have I been here? I noticed the sun's starting to go down.
Looks like it's 6 p.m. It took you 3 whole hours to question that one woman. Good job. Now get going to the broadcasting place and meet us back at the station.
Thanks, boss. We're out of here. Come on, my special partner. We're peeling out of here like a banana.
I love bananas.
I know you do, little buddy. Listen, I'm gonna have to drop you off at the bus stop today. Your house is out of the way, and it's getting dark. We'll get to that broadcasting place tomorrow. You have your bus pass?
Yes, boss.
Alright, well get out of my car. I'll see you bright and early tomorrow.
Okay, bye.
What a good kid. I know I told the boss I'd head right over to the point of interest, but like I said, I'm no night owl. The film and broadcasting building will be there in the morning. Got the bad guy will get over it. He always does. He's a really good man.
Today we have DeMello Marcus to talk to you about Roy Tan cigars. DeMello, can you step up and say something for me? Man to man, I smoke Rotans, you know what I'm saying? I'm a real fan for Roy Tan cigars. They got tobacco straight from Havana. They 5 cents a piece. You can't beat it. Man to man, you gotta smoke Roy Tan. And there you have it, folks. Roy Tan cigars.
Hey, you ever heard of these cigarettes? They called Camel cigarettes. They taste better than the regular cigarettes. They feel better than the regular cigarettes. Doctors say they better for you than the cigarettes that you normally be smoking. Everyone should hump on down to the store for some healthy Camel cigarettes. You heard of the Camels? You get the Camels.
Hey, honey, you smoking on your Roy Tan cigars that are 5 cents a piece with the real Havana tobacco?
No, I'm smoking my Camel cigarettes. Can't you tell from the healthy smoke?
Yes, that's true. I can.
Well, I only lit it up because I'm gonna go to the new Chevrolet dealer in town to buy a new car.
What kind?
A Chevrolet?
Well, make sure to go and pick up some of Miss Bitterbox's morphine-enhanced cough medicine for a little fill-up on your way home.
Well, I hope we're getting paid 4 ways for this commercial.
And now back to our regularly scheduled program.
I awoke with the sun as I do every morning. Got dressed and headed to the coffee shop for my morning Joe and donut. On my way, I picked up Norman and briefed him on the day's tasks. Listen here, kid. I'm gonna drink a cup of coffee. While I drink that cup of coffee, I'm gonna eat a donut. After I do that, I'm gonna have a second cup of coffee and eat another donut. You can have whatever juice they got and a donut, but just one. After that, we get to work.
Nice briefing, sir.
Thanks, little buddy. After we ate our donuts and drank our drinks, we headed to the broadcasting station. Sounds like the kind of place where they shape broads. We pulled up at early 11:32 a.m. The sun was shining, but the air was crisp. I could be playing one ball with my little buddy, Officer Norman, right now, but unfortunately, we have to do our jobs. As we strolled into the parking lot, a security guard waved us over. Security guard? I'm a detective cop. I flashed my badge in his face as I kept driving away to find a good parking space. As we got out of the car, the security guard came running at us.
Sir, this is private property. You can't be here
Did
without...
you not see my badge when I pulled in? I'm the police. I can do what I want, when I want, however I want. Nana boo boo. Stick your head doo doo.
Oh, man.
As the security guard walked back to the booth, Officer Norman and I high-fived and moved along into the building. We approached the reception desk where a mature brunette woman was speaking on the phone. I went to ask her about where we could watch the film when she held up a finger to my face and kept talking. I reached over the counter and hung the phone up on her. Now, maybe you have time for us. I am a Detective Officer Downs, and this is my partner, Special Detective Trainee Officer Norman, I said as I shoved my badge in her face like she needed to smell my credentials rather than see them. Now tell us where we can play this reel of film. It's a police emergency. This is crucial evidence in a murder of a woman in the park.
Second door on the left.
We walked away without saying thank you. No time to whisper sweet nothings at such a dire time like this. The crime scene is already a day cold, and we need to see this film. It's gotta be the key. But the Spumoni on the skirt makes me think.
1 door, not there yet. 2 door, have we met? 3 door, we went too far. Please don't lock me in your car.
You're such a good lyricist, Officer Norman. But now we are here, and opening the door. Now we are in the room. The room was rather large, filled with chairs, a metal cabinet, and a few tables. A screen was on the west wall with the projector pointing at it. Next to the projector, I can only assume was the tape reel player. I'm a little too old to be into this new-fashioned technology, but Officer Norman, he's quite the technological handyman.
Okay, it's dawn. I'm all done.
Norman turned off the lights and turned on the projector. Creepy, scary music started playing while the face of a man in makeup popped up.
Greetings to whomever finds this film and plays it. You must have gone through a lot of trouble of finding a place to play this. So you're either the police or an avid film collector. Either way, it'll find its way back into the hands of the law. Maybe ask yourselves, why did this charming man go and kill a hooker and leave her in the garbage? Maybe because that's where I found her. Maybe she was a piece of trash. Maybe I was putting her in the place she belonged. Walks like a duck, talks like a duck, probably a trash. Now, if you're a good detective, you would have noticed the Spumoni on her skirt. Did I put it there? Was it there before I found her there? That's for me to know and for you to find out. The Spumoni Wars are coming again, and you only have a matter of time before you are going to be cornered from every angle. I know I'll be seeing you soon, and just so you know, I've been following and watching you ever since you picked this film reel up. I know your identity, but for you, the test will be to find out mine. For now, you will know me as Mr. Cream. Good luck finding me.
As soon as the film ended, the tape reel caught fire. As Officer Norman screamed, cupping his ears, I grabbed the nearest fire extinguisher and put out the fire. Officer Norman, do you think we could recover this film?
No, sir. It's melted. Like ice cream.
Spumoni. Just as I was making connections, a man in a green, red, and brown suit walked in. He raised his hand, and in his hand was a gun. In the gun were bullets, live bullets. The man squeezed his finger on the trigger, which caused the trigger to pull. That caused the hammer on the gun to strike and shoot a bullet out of the gun. Luckily, when I saw the man lift his hand, I saw the gun, and I pulled Officer Norman down to the ground behind the metal cabinet. I pulled out my Colt revolver and shouted, "I'm a cop, and I have a gun. Who are you?"
I'm a bad guy, and I've come to kill you and your partner, because you know too much.
"Hey you, who do you work for?" I shouted while I blasted a bullet at him to kill him.
I work for the people who want you gone. The people who want you dead. The people with the Spumoni. The people called...
Bang. Gunshot. Another thug came from around the corner and shot him. "Hey, I'm a cop and I have a gun. Why did you kill that criminal?"
'cause he was about to tell on the boss. She was always telling. Not this time. I'm gonna have to kill you. Sorry.
Thug 2 started shooting at me as he stood over Thug 1's dead body. I hate crime, but I hate death, and this is sad for me. But you have to do your job. As the criminal and I shot at each other over and over again, Officer Norman pulled out his plastic pistol. He's not allowed to have a real gun since he accidentally fired it off too many times. As he distracted Thug 2 with his gun, I stood up and got real good aim on the perp and said, "Okay, bye," and pow, headshot. He dropped to the ground, dead I presume. I stared at the bodies, sadly, thinking of a different plane of existence where they still lived good lives. It was time to head back to the precinct and tell the captain what had happened. As I walked out, I took one last look at the dead bodies. Better luck next life. When we got back to the police station, we went inside. Captain Bad Guy did not look happy to see me, but it's okay. He's a good man.
What happened to you? You were supposed to go watch that film yesterday and report back here immediately.
You know I'm no night owl, Captain. When night falls, so do I. Right into my bed. We got right to it this morning, though. Saw the film. Got in a gunfight. By the way, there are 2 dead bodies down at the local broadcasting station that you need to check into. The film was rather boring. Special Detective Trainee Officer Norman, please explain the film to the captain. As Officer Norman recapped the whole story, I pondered on the Spumoni. Why has there been so much Spumoni around while there's been a prohibition on it? Why has there been so many crimes? Why has there been so much Spumoni? There can't be a connection. Ice cream can't do crime. Can it?
And I saw, and his face looked funny, like there was paint on it. Almost army paint, but with red too. In the background of the video, I saw some neon lights flickering. The only place I know in town with flickering lights is the local town diner. It's right across from the newly zoned industrial district. The city's building a mall. So there's gonna be construction down there. You can't be there while the workers are there. Looks like you're gonna have to pull a late night to get to the bottom of this one.
But Captain, you know I'm not much of a night owl.
Sorry, Officer Downs, but you're gonna have to learn to love the taste of field mice from now on. Go home and get some rest. We'll meet back up at 10 p.m. Don't be late. We're gonna get this twisted schmuck.
I pulled into my driveway, parked the car, turned the car off, and went inside. Field mice, huh? If you weren't such a good man, bad guy. I switched into my pajamas, turned on my alarm, and fell asleep. Ring, 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 ring. Damn phone. I'm trying to sleep. Hello.
Hello? Officer Downs? This is Shirley Fusty from the murder case yesterday.
Okay, what do you want?
Well, I'm in need of a good private eye, and with you being a detective, I thought maybe you could give me a hand.
Is this an immediate matter?
Not super immediate, but rather important.
If it can wait until tomorrow, I'd appreciate it. I had to hunt for field mice tonight, and I'm not much of a night owl.
It can. I'll call you back tomorrow. Thank you, Officer Detective Downs.
Yes, surely. Click. Isn't that just like a woman to interrupt your sleep to ask you for a favor? What a chicken head.
And that concludes today's Spumoni Wars broadcast. In case of the oopsies, part 1.